fountain of peace in my heart, in my heart. There's a little fountain of peace in my heart. Water so sweet to taste may lend my life a little more grace, make the world a little happy place in my heart. There's a little fountain of peace in your heart, in your heart. There's a little fountain of peace in your heart. That little fountain of peace is water shall never cease. If you tended it will increase in your heart. Maybe someday that little fountain will overflow and spill its shimmering waters on this old dusty world we know. A fountain in my heart, a stream in my neighborhood, a river running through this land, an ocean all around the world. Oh, there's a little fountain of peace in my heart, in my heart. There's a little fountain of peace in my heart. Water so sweet to taste may lend my life a little more grace, make the world a little happier place in my heart. We are here together in this
holy moment, and we are grateful for the winding road that brought us to this place. We are here Please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 349, We Gather Together, from our gray hymnal. We gather together in joyful thanksgiving, acclaiming creation whose bounty we share. Both sorrow and gladness we find now in our living. We sing a hymn of praise to the life that we bear. We gather together to join in the journey, confirming, committing our passage to be a true affirmation in joy and tribulation, when bound to human care and hope, then we are free. Please remain standing and join me in the words of our covenant found on our screen. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its call. Let this be our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, and to help one another. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are in your life journey, you are welcome here. Wherever you are, whoever you love, wherever you are on your life journey, you are welcome here. I am Michael Leuchtenberger, and I get to serve as the settle minister of this caring, curious, and ever-evolving congregation. It is good to be here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, wherever you are on your life journey, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Please be seated.
Welcome to worship. It's so good to be with you this morning in person and online. My name is Betsy Black, and I serve as a worship associate of this music-loving, children-embracing congregation. We are here to support each other on our own and our shared spiritual journeys, centered in love, compassion, curiosity, courage, and joy. I'm especially happy to welcome first-time and returning visitors. If you're a visitor, we hope you will find us a community eager to welcome you and respectful of the path that has brought you here this morning. Anyone wearing one of these colorful stoles is happy to answer any questions you may have. There's written information in the pew folders and at the visitors table for you to take to learn more about our faith. For our online participants, it would be wonderful if you introduced yourself in the chat so we know that you're with us this morning. Our church buildings are located on traditional homelands of the Pennacook Abenaki people, past and present. We acknowledge and honor with gratitude the land and the people who have stewarded it for generations.
For a complete listing of church events and news, please check out our weekly e-bulletin or copy of Parish Notes, our monthly newsletter. Here are a few highlights. Our offering right after the service include a Love in Action gathering. Join me in the parlor or on Zoom to discuss how we can support each other as we organize and work towards a future that is proactively aligned with our values. There's also a land acknowledgement conversation. Join Heidi Page or Margaret Fletcher in the Abenaki room. And there's an Anxious Generation book discussion, yes, over there with Karen Cox. They will be discussing chapters 5 and 6, but you do not have to have read those chapters to participate. That will be in the Ken Thomas room. Our children's program will be our Young Explorers, ages 5 and up. And of course, our youngest kids are always welcome in the Rainbow Room Nursery. And then there's the Vagabond Theater for ages 8 to 17 here in the sanctuary, led by Sin Riley. Then at 12:30, we get to come back together for our community luncheon in Fellowship Hall, where everybody's birthday trivia winners will be announced. Tuesday, all are welcome to join our weekly welcome table dinner at 6 o'clock, a free conversation-rich meal of plant-based, low-packaging food with gluten-free options. Then, right after that, we'll phase into the Blue Moon Music House on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Again, Fellowship Hall, our open mic. So if you have a song to share or just like to support our musicians here from within the congregation and beyond, please be there for Blue Moon Music House. And then on Friday, our Elder Circle of Healing and Wholeness will meet in the parlor at 10:30, followed by a light lunch. And Saturday, 9:30, join UU Action New Hampshire for their Climate New Hampshire event in Fellowship Hall. All are welcome to this free event. Donations, however, are welcome. And then next Sunday, there'll be a Costa Rica trip info session at around 1:15. So after the community luncheon, if you're interested at all in coming with me to Costa Rica, learn more and let's talk. That would be, well, I'll tell you more about it then. Concord UU's annual Thanksgiving feast is Saturday, November 22nd. That's coming up soon. You can sign up in the parlor today, and there's also a QR code posted all throughout the building that you can use. We need helpers of all kinds, and we need a few people to make turkeys at home. Bob Gabrielli will provide the turkey. You just cook it and bring it in. See Renee West if you can help or use the sign-up form. And finally, grounds gratitude to all who helped last week with our wonderful fall grounds cleanup. You picked the right Sunday, right? Today would have been a little less bright to do so. Each week, we light our chalice to set this time apart and to mark it as sacred. Raina, are you willing to come forward and do this? Come on forward here. So if you're home and you have a candle or chalice ready, I invite you to light it now as Raina lights our chalice in the sanctuary. Rise up, O flame, to solid ground.
Those guys are having too much fun up there.
Please repeat after me. It is a blessing to be. It is a blessing to be here.
To be here.
It is a blessing to be here now.
It is a blessing to be here now.
It is a blessing to be here now together.
It is a blessing to be here now together. If you feel the choir's having too much fun, please come and join them and bring down the temperature a little bit, or just come Thursday, 7 o'clock. All right. Last Sunday, I shared with you Kathy Ross's poem, If the Moon Came Out Only Once a Month. Quite a few of you reached out to me and afterwards to say, well, how her words and imagery had touched you and how you have taken in the moon differently this week. So who all noticed the moon this past week? Whoa, all right, yes. Well, maybe you would have done so even without me sharing that poem, but it was an amazing full moon, isn't it? So bright, and even the days when it was a little covered by the clouds. So I have asked Betsy to read the poem for us once again. Different voice, a different lunar constellation, a different experience. Here's Betsy.
If the moon came out only once a month, people would appreciate it more. They'd mark it in their date books, take a walk by moonlight. Notice how their bedroom window framed its silver smile. And if the moon came out just once a year, it would be a holiday with tinsel streamers tied to lampposts, stores closing early so no one has to work on Lunar Eve, travelers rushing to get home by midnight, by moon night, celebrations with champagne and cheese. Folks would stay awake till dawn to watch it turn transparent and slowly fade away. And if the moon came out randomly, the world would be on wide alert, never knowing when it might appear. Spotters scanning empty skies, weathermen on TV giving odds, a 10% chance of moon tonight. And when it suddenly began to rise, everyone would cry, "The moon is out!" Crowds would fill the street, jostling and pointing. Night events would be canceled. Moon closure signs posted on the doors. And if the moon rose but once a century, ascending luminous and lush on a long-awaited night, all humans on the planet would gather in huddled, whispering groups to stare in awe, dazzled by its brilliance, enchanted by its spell. Years later, they would tell their children, "Yes, I saw it once. Maybe you will live to see it too." But the moon is always with us, an old, familiar face, like the mantle clock. So no one pays it much attention. Tonight, why not go outside and gaze up in wonder, as if you'd never seen it before, as if it were a miracle, as if you had been waiting all your life.
Please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn number 338 in our great hymnals, I Seek the Spirit of a Child. I seek the spirit of a child. takes life naturally, the child who sings the world alive and greets the morning sun with glee. Children are real beyond all law. May I see joy's a gift to our heart. See the freedom of a child who loves instinctively. Oh, lights our day with just a smile and shines a light on all we see. Children are real beyond all fears. May I see hope's a gift to our tears. I see the wonder of a child who sees delightfully the clouds that dawn the golden sun. Imaginations true and free. Children are real beyond our hearts. May I see faith's a gift to our hearts. Please be seated. Unless, of course, you are young in age and would like to come down to our Time for All Ages, or anyone else young at heart, come on forward for our Time for All Ages. All right, let's take this first. Get some props here today. Yeah, I think let's move it all the way up front here. And the playground's over that way there, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Okay. Where do I put this here? All right, here. Let's stay there. Good. All right, come on forward, come on forward. There's space right here. Right there. Good, good, good. Where's that pen of mine here? Let's see. All right, where the thank you? Oh, there's the thank you cards. All right, so that's good. Yeah. Can you move the camera a little bit so you can see what's going on over there in the playground? I'm pretending not to notice because I'm busy writing thank you cards.
Yesterday was a big day in the life of this 14-year-old Protestant boy. Michael finished his confirmation classes and he is now officially confirmed, kind of like our coming-of-age classes and ceremony, only tradition in Germany has it that you get lots of presents from the families of your friends and your aunts and uncles and other adults who know your parents and who may or may not really know you. It was exciting for Michael to open the gifts and envelopes. There were some cool books and toys, even some cash. And yes, 5 Bibles. Each different, one with pictures, one written in modern German, one the Bible of his grandfather, a Lutheran minister who had just died. Some of those Bibles could be found in Michael's office decades later when he would be a minister at a church in the United States in a town called Concord. Usually he would be allowed to play outside with his neighborhood friends, but his parents insisted. First you show your gratitude, then you can play. And it had to be in writing, so both his friends and their parents would see he had done the proper thing and written them cards. This was important word done. It is what his parents had done to show their gratitude at their confirmation as required by their parents.
Oh, Jesus.
Michael would so much rather be playing outside, but the more cards he has written, the easier it gets. He simply copies what he wrote before and replaces the names. 3 more cards and he is done. Tick tock, tick tock.
Freedom! All right.
Finally, Michael's done. He jumps out of his seat with a stack of thank you cards in one hand and a brand new soccer ball in the other. As soon as he reaches the other kids, he hands out the thank you notes to his friends.
Hey guys, do you want to play soccer with my new ball? Yeah?
Hey, Michael, is that a new ball? Where'd you get it?
Krista gave it to me, yeah, for my confirmation. Really cool, huh?
Yeah.
Do you want to play?
We would love to play with your new ball with you, Michael.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that you like my new ball. That's really awesome. All right, let's kick this ball around, shall we? All right, here you go. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Wow. Oh, gee. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Woo. Oh, no. Shoot. Where did it go? Oh, there's another ball coming right at you. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know how this... All right. Time out. Good. Thank you. Yes. Who wants that soccer ball? Here it goes. No, I don't think that's quite... Thank you, Ben. Let's, here we go. We give that to, where's Amir? Right there. Here we go. All right, so I don't mean to poo-poo the writing of grateful cards for those of you who that is important for. But sometimes just sort of showing, from your heart by being playful and just letting the exuberance of the moment show your gratitude can also be a really effective way of showing that you are grateful for whatever has been given to you. So I encourage us to do that. Do it authentically, do it from a genuine place rather than grudgingly, because I'm not sure that grudging Michael that you just saw really was feeling a whole lot of gratitude for what he was doing. Even though I know that some of the parents and other adults that received those cards were quite delighted by the proper way of doing things. All right, this is our time for our ages today. Please rise if you're a little one up front here. And help me sing our children's blessing, and along with all the movements that speak to that song. May our minds be open to new learning. May our lips bring truth into the world. May our hearts know love and our hands do the work of justice as we go our way in peace. As we go our way in peace. Go ahead. We now turn to the joys and the sorrows we carry individually and as a community. Will you take a breath with me? As we surrender to this moment, let us notice our body resting, grounded, supported by the earth. And as the piano begins to play, you're invited to come forward, light a candle, or place a stone at the table at your right, or add a note to the Holding Our Grief wheel. Today's joys and sorrows we will hold in silence with no public sharing at the microphone. I now invite Donna to light one final candle on behalf of those who are not with us today or who chose to remain seated. Whether your joys or sorrows have been named or remain in the silence of your heart, know that you are not alone. May we hold our earth in our hearts with joy in her nature, in awe of her majesty, power, and resilience, taking responsibility for the hurts that we have caused her. Will you take another breath with me? This week, we hold in love Bevan Tulk's son, Brian. Please join me now for a musical meditation, our prayer in music, Fear Not the Pain. Fear not the pain, let its weight fall back into the earth, for heavy are the mountains be so. Can you count your blessings each and every day, taking time to notice all along the way? These are the questions Andy Back poses at the outset of the anthem the choir will sing in a moment. And to count our blessings is not about keeping score. It's about keeping awake and being aware. The lyrics then take us on a journey of possible blessings, of ordinary moments turned into a threshold of wonder. Dewdrops in the morning, silver stars at night. Can you count your blessings beautiful and bright? Count your blessings. Count them all. Count your blessings, whether great or small. Count your blessings, and when you do, you'll find that counting blessings is a blessing too. Evergreens in autumn, daffodils in spring, all of life's creation, every living thing. Family and friendships, singing side by side. When you count your blessings, blessings will abide. The more you count your blessings, the more they come to you. Here's our choir singing Count Your Blessings. more you count your blessings, the more they come to you. I like that. And the more I think about it, the more it feels right on. This morning, as I woke up, I could feel the sturdiness of the mattress holding me, the softness of the sheets covering me, and then the light coming in through the window as I opened the curtains, welcoming the day. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There were those moments just lying in bed after turning off the alarm, noticing the steadiness of my breath, hearing snippets of keep your heart to the wide, already coursing through my brain, my awareness, though unconsciously pausing to connect with the sensations in my body, drifting towards kindness as an opening feeling to the day. Will it be a good day? Filled with blessings to count, to savor? Who knows, this early in the day, yet I do know that I want to be open to that possibility. I want to set the welcome table for the blessings to join me. I want to be ready to welcome gratitude, because when I do, my experience is that I am more joyful, more peaceful, more resilient, more loving, more the person I aspire to be. As Dory shared with us during last week's Time for All Ages, we don't give thanks because we're happy. We're happy because we give thanks. We don't give thanks because we're happy because we give thanks. Well, perhaps that's a little one-sided. Certainly when I'm happy, I do often feel like saying thank you. And yet the point is that happiness can sneak up on us, even when we feel it is out of reach. Happiness can sneak up on us when we start to say thank you for the blessings that surround us, regardless of whether we have noticed them already. Back to waking up. It wasn't all delight and beauty this morning. There was a hint of grumpiness for the aches and pains I now feel as I stretch my body into the day. Anyone feel like that sometimes before you sort of get that engine going, right? Yeah. Oh, the kids are all gone. I was going to say, maybe you don't have it. And there was this slight irritation for not getting quite as much sleep as my body would have preferred. Thank goodness for the adrenaline. Here I am, ready to speak. But look, the red leaves just outside of my window, they continue to fall. How beautiful. And if you ask me later, I'll show you a picture of what I did with those red maple tree leaves on Friday morning. It is related to love. All right, I'm cheating. Here's a photo of what I did. Oh, isn't that cute? Yes. And yes, I did send it to Krista. Yes. All right, take that away. I love the magic of that. I just wave my hands and woo, there's the heart. Okay, now we're getting into it. You do have more power. I understand that. Ooh, it is cold in the bathroom. But why do I still feel this strange joy from using my new electric shaver months after I purchased it? I'll count that blessing and move on. Hot water. If the choir wasn't expecting me to show up for rehearsal, I'd probably stay another 10 minutes at least, soaking in the pleasure of the warmth of the water, letting my mind wander, relaxing my body. Don't worry, I won't continue to give you a moment-by-moment account of my minutes leading up to my departure for church. Still, I am tempted to linger just a little bit longer on all the blessings present, even before I got on my bicycle to soak in the beauty outside. So I invite all of us to just take, let's say, 30 seconds and count the blessings we have already experienced, whether consciously or unconsciously, since getting up this morning. I'll bring us back into reality with some chime here. If Dory was right with her story last week, we should all be a little bit happier now than we were about 30 seconds ago. I hope that's true for you. I do feel it's true for me. After the service, some of us will be talking about how life is not all blessings, how the decisions by our political leaders and others are causing severe suffering among many groups in our society. And we will be talking about what we can do concretely to turn the tides around, to make life better, safer, healthier, kinder, and more welcoming to those currently under attack. The treatment of immigrant families and entire communities by ICE agents undermines the values that I feel we stand for as a society. The violence committed by federal agents in the name of protecting the interests of U.S. citizens must not continue. It undermines the trust and well-being of most communities in this country, whether immigrant or not. Public services and safety are at stake for everyone. Having our children witness violent raids in places they should be considered safe and supportive is a violation of the fundamental duty of government. Losing health care or health insurance, the uncertainty about the food safety net for SNAP participants, the attack on members of the LGBTQ community, the rollback of many protections for marginalized communities, women, and in many ways anyone who dares to disagree with the current government. It is not all blessings, whether personal or social. There's plenty of hardship to go around. We know and feel that. Yet especially because of the hardship and the suffering and the frustration and the fear, we need to welcome gratitude with open arms, like on that picture in front on your orders of service. Open arms to help us build those inner reserves for the efforts ahead. The small recognitions, a smile here, a moment of laughter there. They weave a net that holds us when life feels uncertain or heavy. Gratitude becomes a form of quiet strength. And each blessing we count reminds us that we are not alone. Someone grew that food we ate or eat, created the music we love, tended the earth we move on. Gratitude expands our awareness of the great web of interdependence in which we all live. So in case you have any doubts, I am a great fan of gratitude and the many forms of expressing gratitude we have evolved as a species and culture. Yet this sermon now takes a turn and makes the claim that not all gratitude is healthy, that not all gratitude is desirable, that not all gratitude should be welcomed. Gratitude, as I've described it so far, tends to free the spirit, yet another kind quietly chains it. We all know the difference, even if we don't always name it. Authentic gratitude arises naturally when kindness meets recognition. Inauthentic gratitude, on the other hand, is gratitude that's been required, gratitude we feel obligated to perform to maintain harmony, keep the peace, and avoid disapproval. In our culture, gratitude is sometimes used to control rather than connect. Think of how often people have told you, you should be grateful just for what you have. Not as an invitation to notice beauty, but sort of as a silencing command. And there is the polite performance saying thank you mechanically because it is expected without any felt awareness or appreciation. No great harm done, perhaps, yet also no blessing received. There's a social glue, I suppose, that is created by these meaningless exchanges of pleasantries. Yet let's not confuse them with the benefits associated with more authentic expressions of gratitude. It gets more complicated when we use gratitude to mask our discomfort. And when we say, I'm so grateful, just to deflect from asserting a need or a boundary. I'm so grateful for this gift you just gave me, even though the gift runs counter to the values I hold, or adds clutter and effort to my life I would rather avoid. And there's defensive gratitude, that feeling we might have to show over-the-top appreciation to prove our worthiness or avoid seeming ungrateful. Perhaps we have missed the culturally approved deadline for saying thank you, so we make up the delay by particularly verbose or expensive expressions of gratitude. This was the best present ever. And to prove it, I'm sending you a $7 Hallmark card for your $5 gift certificate. I am so thankful for your generosity. Can also be used to manipulate another person, to curry favor, to secure an advantage. It is harder to say no after we have been thanked for some supposed quality and effort of ours, even if it wasn't offered in earnest. In all these, gratitude stops being a gift of the heart and becomes a performance for approval. Our culture helps us understand how to interpret and respond to gratitude. And yet culture also weaves gratitude into a system of social exchange with strings attached and expectations, turning it from a bridge of mutual respect into a leash of obligation. I suspect many of us have heard from a colleague, a friend, a parent, after all I've done for you, ... When gifts are given as leverage, they create a sense of debt. I threw you a birthday party, now it is your turn to do likewise. I took care of your dog when you were gone, now I can expect the same in return. I was there for you all these years, now I deserve what I want. Some gifts reinforce a power imbalance, implying that the receiver must now owe loyalty or silence. I've made this large contribution to your budget or your campaign or your favorite charity, and now you better not stop me from doing what I am doing, even if it is against your interests or the interests of the larger community or your values. And sometimes people are expected to be endlessly grateful for opportunities that actually should be basic rights or simply reflect fair treatment. Women, caregivers, service workers, immigrants, refugees, and other marginalized people often hear, "You should be grateful to be here." As if gratitude were a requirement for belonging rather than a freely given response. Gratitude in these forms stops being a virtue and starts being a tool of power. But gratitude, real gratitude, doesn't work that way. It's not a transaction, it's a recognition. It's not a way of maintaining hierarchies, it's a way of dissolving them. It's not a performance, it's a relationship. To reclaim gratitude from these distortions, both givers and receivers have spiritual work to do. For the givers, we need to come to a place where we give without needing to be repaid in loyalty, admiration, or thanks. We need to pay attention whether our generosity is rooted in control or in compassion. We need to open up to let gratitude return to us as a surprise rather than a demand. I like that. And for the receivers, we ought to let ourselves feel genuine appreciation and hold our dignity intact. We ought to refuse to internalize shame for setting boundaries, and we ought to practice gratitude as freedom, not as submission. Because when we give thanks from a place of freedom, something beautiful happens. We no longer thank others to please them. We thank them because they have seen the sacred in what they've been given. And when we give without expecting things in return, we discover a new kind of generosity, the joy of giving for its own sake. So perhaps the spiritual challenge is not just to be more grateful, it is to be honestly, genuinely, authentically grateful. To thank others without pretense, to give without strings, without hidden strings, and to receive without shame. To let gratitude become a conversation of equals, not a negotiation of power. Our songs of welcome included a chant inspired by Unitarian Universalist theologian Rebecca Parker, who once wrote, "The call of faith is to choose to bless the world." Remember singing that earlier? And to bless the world, we must first recognize that blessings are not earned or owed, they're shared freely. So may our gratitude be like that, free, alive, and truthful. Like the spirit of the child we sang about in our second hymn, the child who meets life naturally, the child who sings the world alive and greets the morning sun with glee. Like the child who receives a gift, perhaps a small carved figure or a handmade toy, whose eyes light up and without thinking rushes to the giver and hugs them. This is gratitude at its purest, spontaneous, unmeasured, freely given. May gratitude help us see clearly what is good, name honestly what is unjust, and move us towards relationships rooted not in obligation, but in love. May it be so. Amen and Ashe. Thank you, and I mean that honestly, for your generous support of last week's outreach offering to support Emerson School for preschoolers. Today's community plate will support the Liberty House, a comprehensive support center in Manchester that provides abstinent housing for homeless veterans and supports their journeys to recovery, mental and physical wellness, and meaningful employment, all with a view towards independent living. In alliance with Catholic Charities, they also maintain a food pantry and offer art therapy, supportive spaces, job skills training, and connections to community resources. Their new director is actively seeking solutions for affordable long-term housing and ways to close gaps in support for female veterans. Our morning offering will now be gratefully received. It's nice to know that you're human, Heather. And Bach still sounds beautiful, even when there's some additional harmonies added on the fly here on a Sunday morning in Concord, New Hampshire. All right, well, it is good that it takes some time to collect the bounty of the morning offering, so I will just stand here for a moment. So take another breath with me, please. Why don't you already come forward? I know that's you're just alone here. Come on forward, and then we'll move that along. May we be transformed by our giving. May the world be transformed by our gifts. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, number 128 in our gray hymnals, For All That Is Our Life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build a common good, and make our own days glad. For needs which are the same, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful loves that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our love, for sorrow we must bear, for out into the world in peace. Honor one another. Listen with an open heart. Stay curious. Have courage. Be kind. Find gratitude. Embrace the mystery. Welcome awe and live always the way of love. I now invite you to extinguish your chalice at home as Krista extinguishes our chalice here in the sanctuary. Please join me in reading aloud the words on our screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of this faith we share. The warmth of community or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Now please join me in singing our unison benediction. And if you're comfortable joining hands or elbows, go ahead and reach out. And if not, reach out with your heart to all of us, worshiping with you, knowing that you are not alone.